Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we're doing something I haven't done in a long time. Could be over a year now. I think it is well over a year since I've done a video like this. I'm bringing you for a day in the life, what we get up to this time of the year in December, while Father Phil and Lee are busy in the workshop and we're busy in the farm keeping everything else done. So I'm going to bring you on that. So we'll start the day off. We don't get up too early this time of the year. We work hard 11 months of the year, and then for December we don't get up early. We try and catch up on the sleep we missed all year. So I have some Nutella and crackers and a cup of tea. We'll get them into me. They're all rice cakes today. Get them into me, and then we'll make a start at today's work. It's basically just cattle, and then try and get an odd job. I think I have to get pig slats. I have to get another few pig slats for the piggery today, and that's kind of it. The rest is just cattle. So yeah, get the breakfast into me. What will we do, Bertie? We'll be on. So I hear the telly running. Had to do a bit with Liv on the laptop, and put the telly in. I'd say they're ready to lift out the chassis here, which is going to be the start of the next video on the 1200. So we'll fire on the wellies, and I'll have to wait till that's done so I can get to do the jobs inside. Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video so that's Father Phil and me looked after for now, so we go in and get our jobs done. Liv has gone in ahead of me. Liv looks after all the small stock, she walks through the sheds, and she looks after our renegades here. These are all our lightest calves. We have them on the lawn and in the shed. I always find it works best for the lightest calves, the dodgiest calves. Keep them outside. They always tend to do much better. So my first job is to push in, move the 27.5 out of the shed. So we leave them parked in the passageway, and then we start. So we catch up with Farmer Liv. How's all the small stock looking so far?
We've done the calves. I haven't got any further.
Calves okay? We are down to one peacock now, and he's a bit on the lonely side.
Bessie wants her breakfast.
But yeah, Betty wants her breakfast. Cousin is after pouring the new walkway down along the crush and getting started pouring along there. But yeah, I'll go push in. You'll walk through the sheds of cattle, yeah?
Okay.
Coolio. Right, what do you want me to do? One, you don't need extra fibre in the cement.
Huh?
You want me to just reach in and put this in it?
Yeah, you can. I could do it, but I think I'll fall on the cement.
Cement is hard.
Yeah.
How big?
Thank you. Coming in.
Oh, just had to give Liv a hand there. And what I'll do now while I'm here, I'll just film a bit on the yard on what the cousin has done. So his walkway's in that side, and he's starting to pour the concrete that side to get the slope falling back into the yard, so it comes down. Should do, so that the water doesn't flow into the pens, because the yard is going to be higher than the pen, so that the seepage of the pen goes into gullies to go that way. But anyways, I should be putting that in a video. But that's also part of what I have to do in the day. Let's look after the cattle and make the videos. So film a bit of this, go in when we have coffee, film a bit of them, of Lee washing down the 1200, and just as part of doing that is what I do. I don't film what I do on a daily basis apart from today, because it's the same routine every day with the exception of maybe getting one or two more jobs done. We'll film a bit here and then we'll finish pushing in and start feeding.
Soon she won't be waiting. Bound away, bound away, yeah.
So we'll be pushing into done now. So I just walk the pen there to check the drinkers. You want to check the drinkers every other day, make sure everyone in there is looking good. They're all looking grand, coming on nicely, so they seem to be really filling up, fleshing up. Even Lee thought so now when we had them out emptying out the tank, pumping across to the reception pit. Also walk through the rest of the cattle, and Liv will walk through them again later, so 2 sets of eyes. I Liv won't do the bulls, but the Waynelands and that there, she'll walk through them as well later to just double set of eyes, make sure that you have a better chance of picking up something if anything's wrong. That's why I do it after I push in, because everybody kind of gets up close to the barrier, so it's anyone that's lying down may have an issue. So check them, everyone seems. So Liv collared me for coffee there. Liv has all her morning jobs done, so it's time to get some coffee and wake up a bit, and back in and get the feeding done before dinner. Hopefully I'll have it done before dinner. Usually now I'd have a feeder or 2 in, but just because I had to give Lee a hand getting the chassis out, that just takes that half an hour a time to get the feeder in. Oh, there somewhere. Anyways, drink a mug of coffee and back at it. So just gonna have to come back in from coffee, and just want to take a minute. You can hear all the starlings. Currently they're all in the trees. You can hear the hoors, see them flying around there. There's quite a few around, but we're having a funny time with the starlings, because every other day it's like, oh jeez, there's heaps of them, they're in the shed, like right, tomorrow get the banger, we'll go to war with them, and then the next day they're not here. And I couldn't figure out what on earth was going on. Not for the life of me. They could be 4 or 5 days gone, then they come back. They'd be here for maybe a day, half a day, and then they'd disappear for another couple of days. But what I found yesterday, or was it yesterday? It was a couple of days ago. Our peacock, who is currently on top of the shed there, you can just see him. He's just beside where the sheets are gone. That's on the list to do when cousins finish the yard, is fix up that shed or put the roof back on before it takes the whole roof off all the way down. But he's up there. And what I seen the other day in the flathead shed was all the birds were coming in, and he was with his tail feathers up. He doesn't have his big fancy tail feathers like a fully grown male peacock, but he had what feathers he had them up. He had puffed himself out, and he was running up and down the shed chasing starlings out of the shed. It was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. I should have filmed it on the camera on the phone. So I actually think the peacock, now last year we had the guinea fowls, and unfortunately Mr. Fox relieved us of our guinea fowls. They work quite well with the starlings. Wherever the guinea fowls were, the starlings weren't. But towards the end of, you could say, the season before starlings went back, they kept getting closer and closer to the guinea fowl. They kind of got used to it, and that's the biggest thing with birds. They kind of get used to whatever you try to do to keep them away. But the peacock is the gassiest thing I've ever seen. He was chasing them out of the shed. Unfortunately now we're only down to 1 peacock. I don't know what happened to the other guy. I say Mr. Fox relieved us again. It's always a problem here. There is a world of foxes around and about. Anyways, we start up the tractor, we get some feeding done, and hopefully he decides to go after them starlings and send them packing for another few days. Because otherwise we get the banger out.
Bound away,
Oh. Ready to rock and roll. So that's the first feeder ready. So this is for the Waynelands. Now I'm going to do a full diet feeding video on like all the rations, everything that's going in, and yeah, the same I do every year really, just to let you know what this year is different than last year, and go through how all our fodder tested. 3 feeders a day, which isn't too bad. The new feeder has cut our feeders in half basically. So instead of 6 a day, we only need 3 a day. We get these 3 feeders in, so we start off with the Waynelands, and then we get 2 beef feeders on, and then that is the feeding done. So, we got lined up to feed the heifer Waynelands first. We'll get everybody fed up. So we're just feeding the window shed. Oh, I can actually see that well with that close. So the meal destroys the windows. We're feeding our large Wainlands here. Can't just really see. But so you can see the barrier that's on that. It's a very simple, cost-effective barrier. Very easy to put up and take down. But the biggest problem with it is the cattle are able to get through it. Some of them have turned it into an art form of getting through the barrier, where they get crossways at it and get one foot out and then the next foot out, the next thing they're out. So to try and help stop that from happening, you have to drive to one end and then back and let it out. But generally you always get a bit of help from someone else. So, time to chop beet. So I chop beet every 2 days. So you chop enough beet to last 2 days. And then every 4 days you gotta clean out what's along here, so that you're not taking a rotten beet out of what's in next to that. Because otherwise it might take it happen. So it has to be kept cleaned out. What we used to do was you'd load up beet, someone's in the tractor, park the bucket under it, they turn on, and you throw it into the pit. Fatherfield decided this was a better idea. So while we fill the diet feeder for the beef ration, we'll also chop our beet, and then that way I'm not kind of waiting for beet to be chopped. I can put a grab of whole crop, put a grab of beet, take a bucket of beet away, put a grab, and so on and so forth. Speeds the job up. And that's the beet chopped. Move 6 foot out of the way, gather up the few spilt beet in the yard, and when the diet feeder we're ready to go. Liv is back after dropping parcels off. Let's see what Liv is doing. 2645's in the way, so we'll just have to park this to one side, and no, I'll just park it here till he's out and finished. Put the feeder. Oh, that's all the cattle fed. So now it's Spuds o'clock. Time to go get something to eat. And yeah, then we move on to the other jobs of the day. So yeah, but from now on we do odd jobs. Normally I like to try and get a job done before dinner, but just with the way the morning went, and also making a video could take an extra half an hour out of my day. Half an hour spent on the loading out, that's an hour, and that's an hour's other job that I should have got done. But anyways, joys of the job. So we'll go push in what we put in into the timber shed, then we'll go for the spuds and we'll see what we're doing next. So dinner's at. It's time to go get all the bits we need in Liv's lovely Defender, but she doesn't want to leave the Christmas lights on it. Quite sad. Should be Christmassy for all of Christmas.
They're annoying, they rattle.
I know they rattle, but you have to take the other one off first. Yeah, we have to de-Christmas the Defender. So we just have our pig slats picked up. So we picked up 3 pig slats along for precast there. That'll finish off the pit. And now we're heading off to pick up Christmas jumpers that Liv got made from our supplier. It's really hectic with the shop trying to get orders out and trying to get supplies in. Just a couple of delays on some of our suppliers, which is kind of holding back everything. So sorry to anyone who's waiting on their bits and bobs, but the last of Christmas jumpers we're picking up there now, so Liv should have all out for tomorrow, and you should have it then by, if it's out tomorrow, you should have it by Friday, all going. We just have the Christmas jumpers picked up, so Liv will get them shifted tomorrow. So for anyone who's watching who is interested in getting merchandise for Christmas, last orders this weekend. Liv's shipping out the last of the stuff Monday, so if it's not him before then, it's going to be after the Christmas. So there's still a good bit of stuff. There's a couple of Christmas jumpers still and whatnot. So if anyone's interested, you can check it out on the website, Stewart Family Farm, Longford. No, we're just back in the yard just after dropping off the slats to the cousin. So we'll go over to the house now, see how they've got on at the 1200. Film a bit for that video there. before we come back in, then bed the cattle. I have one more job I want to try and get done before as well, and bed the cattle, and then that's it in the yard. So just after seeing the 1200 there, and it's something else to actually finally see bare metal. All the layers of primer, red paint and yellow paint off, back to the bare metal. It is a little bit painted in some spots where I'd say there was a lot of dirt out for a long time, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference, I don't think. So they're just drying it off there, and then they'll be painting, which that'll be the next 1200 video. Turn on some lights. Probably do with upgrading the lights on this. Some LEDs. Should do for now anyways. Now, we'll go do the bedding. First job every day, move the 27-25 out of the way. Last job every day. Well, it won't be the last job today, but what last jobs of every day? Bed the cattle. Pull the 27-25 out. Keep the cobwebs off her for the winter. That's the bedding done. So happy out in there. So I actually forgot a job that has to be done yet. That's push in. So I have to put the shear bucket on the telly and push into all the cattle. They're happy out there. And then I have one more job I want to do. It was kind of an extra job I wanted to do today, but we just didn't get back as early as what I like because we picked up a bit while we were out. Is a bit dirty from the grit. They must have lifted the chassis up and then washed underneath where the blocks were on it. I have to give the windscreen a wash tomorrow. So while I'm this far, just finished pushing in there, so I checked the feeder. So powder in it. Says there's 3 calves to feed. 79, he's already fed. 69, he's already fed. He's in the feeder there. He's in the feeder here. Right. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, Sucky. Come on. Drinking away. There's Goliath. He's on the wind down now. He's being weaned at the minute because he's a big old boy, aren't you? You're a big old boy, aren't you? You're a big old boy. So, last job of the day, we bought 2 brush heads. And we're going to put them into the weanling pen. Now we were planning on putting in 8 brush heads, but they had 2, so we ordered another 6. And the reason we're putting them in is to hopefully be able to try and keep the weanlings cleaner. The brush heads, like with the cattle on the slats, they are remarkably clean compared to when we didn't have brushes in with them. So we're hoping these will. The reason we didn't go with the same kind of brushes in there is in the slat shed you don't drive in and out of it, so I can stay there, it doesn't matter. In that shed it becomes in the way then when you need to go in and out of the shed or you have to get in and out. It's in the way. and it's maybe not the easiest thing. Whereas we seen someone on TikTok put brush heads into, I actually think it was young calves they put them in with, and then we got the brainwave then, oh, we could do that with the older calves or the weanlings, and that should do a good job. So we're going to see how it goes anyways. I have some big cable ties, my 2 brush heads. We'll go stick them into both pens, 1 in each pen. We'll see how it goes. Then we get the other 6, and then we'll put 2 more in there, and then 2 in with the heifer weanlings then as well. So we're in here now. Quite cozy now, we're bedded. Always this little bit of coughing going on, and we have them dosed. They're done for worms, fluke, everything now, 2 weeks, so there should be a 0 burden in there. So I think it's just, especially in the evening after being bedded with the straw, I think that's what it is. And quite literally, this is what someone done on TikTok. Just get good strong cable ties onto a gate. There's one standing there, so I'd say if we went about there. Oh. So one thing to find out, let's see how they play with it. Oh. I have the lads here, so I do the same again. Pretty damn simple. I'm just going to stand out of the way and see if there's anyone play with it there. And yeah, let's see how it works. In theory, it should do exactly what the other ones are doing for a fraction of the price. €10 for a brush head. You could put 8 of them into the shed, no bother, for the price of even one of the standard ones. Now how long they last I don't know, because they are a brush head, not a cattle brush, whether that makes any difference or not, but we'll find out. Let's step out of the way. He's figured out what his far now is. Getting a good head scratch in there. And it's time to knock off the yard lights. That's us all done in the farm for today. But that is a day in the life of December. Yard work, cattle work, filming, trying to film everything else that's going on outside of what I'm doing, because you can only see me. I can knock one more video of diet feeding and that's it. 2 videos diet feeding I think is plenty. And then trying to fit in odd jobs. I just didn't fit in as many odd jobs as I was hoping today. I was hoping to move a few bits of pallets and stuff from one side of a shed to another, where we're after clearing space for them when we straw used. Just didn't have time. We were gone for a good bit today when we got the slats, as there was people in front of us waiting to be loaded, so we had to wait our turn, which just kind of delayed us. And then we were about 3 hours, I'd say, between when we left till we got back, so that was a bit annoying. That's what I'll do now. I'll go inside and see what they're doing on the 1200, film another little bit, then I'll go to Liv, see what Liv is doing. Liv needs a hand packaging orders, give her a hand. If not, then see if she's interested, we'll go into the house, so we do another bit of tidying and do another bit of filming. But that really is what I'm doing. It is now, time is it now? It is 8:15, and I am getting the call there for the tea. So that's it for the farm. Anyways, look, I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the insight into what I'm doing while Father Phil and Lee is working on the 1200, and while the cousin is doing the building. I'm just pottering around, making sure everything else is getting done. So anyways, look, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it for me. Good luck.